The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the mikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, it's time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes, Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. And don't forget to check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to check out the merchandise at themikewagnershow.com. Also on Amazon.com at the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books and merchandise. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. And also support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and the mikewagnershow.com. Make sure you donate generously today. We're here with a terrific lady who is a singer-songwriter from the Detroit area, heard by millions on TV, film, major retail chains, and more. She's been featured in Hallmark, Lifetime Channel, Freeform, TLC, and also appeared in some ads. We'll talk more about that. And she was also a finalist in a couple of major contests. We'll talk about those, and also feature writer for Music Connection magazine. And she's got a brand new release called Unstoppableme, and this lady is very unstoppable. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, from outside beautiful Detroit, Michigan, the very, very multi-talented singer-songwriter, Angela Predhomme. Angela, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. And thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Angela. You've got an amazing resume as well, too, that you're a singer-songwriter from Detroit area. You've been heard by millions through TV, film, major retail chains, and you also been in the popular Hallmark movie, Christmas in Honeysuckle Lane, Lifetime's hit show, Dance Mom, and Freeform, Switch to Birth, TLC's Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, commercials for ING Bank and Fiat, and also you've been in interviewed in a number of publications, and you're also a finalist in Adweek's Advertising Music Contest, and also as well too that you also were a finalist placement in Song of the Year, and you're also a feature writer for Music Connection magazine. You've got a brand new song out called Unstoppable Me. We'll talk about that. And before getting to all that, Angela, tell us how you first got started.
Okay. Well, let's see. I first got started, when I was born, I guess. I mean, I always just really liked music. I made up words for a song. I kind of made up a silly little song when I was 4, and that was I guess that's when I got started songwriting. Well, that was a little bit plagiarized now that I think about it, but I mean, it was my first attempt, and
but of course, who knew at 4 years old what plagiarizing is? You did it
exactly.
just for fun. So
yeah. Not the words, but no, some of the words, but the tune was borrowed from different things that I heard. But anyways, but then I, it really changed my life when my grandmother moved into a condo and she gave my family her piano. And we didn't have a piano before that. And I just kind of took to it like a fish to water, and I started figuring out things by ear. And then I did get my parents got me some lessons, and I was always, into music. And at that time that was like getting, right before middle school. And then I, joined the middle school band and played a couple instruments. I played clarinet and later played saxophone. But so I've always, music has been my thing, for most of my life. And then, so when I didn't sing. I didn't sing at all. I mean, in the piano lessons, that was my real passion, was playing the piano. And I did some classical and, typical lesson stuff. And I didn't write anything or anything like that. But then when I got a little bit older, I got married and I was going to college and I had kids, and so I was kind of distracted for a while, and kind of life gets in the way, right? And because I didn't have some big plan to be, it's like, I'm going to be a star, I mean, that just wasn't me. I was kind of introverted and I wasn't a singer or anything like that. And so, and I thought my only career options in music at that point were being like a lounge piano player or something. And I just didn't see myself in that life, because at that time lounges were all smoky and it just wasn't my scene. But anyways, so after I had kids, my brother was always into music and he was a drummer and he had a band, and I was kind of motivated to, it's like, oh, I can do that, and so I learned to play the acoustic guitar, and like the singer of the band was my first teacher. And so I started singing and learned to play the acoustic guitar. And, because acoustic guitars are more portable, it's like there's all these people doing gigs at restaurants and all that stuff. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. And so yeah, I learned to play the guitar, and then I started, a few more years. I got better in practice, and I took singing lessons and learn to really, learn properly how to use my voice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started doing cover gigs at, local places. Have you heard of Mackinac Island?
Yes, I have. And in fact, I grew up in the Midwest, and my parents would sometimes go to Mackinac Island, a little vacation, getaway and everything. It is beautiful, I'll tell you.
Oh, it's great. So I used to have these cool gigs at a resort there called Mission Point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like the bistro singer, and I'd come out every night with my guitar and sing like mostly covers. And man, that stuff is grueling. I mean, those are 4-hour gigs outside. And, so, and it was always kind of, it was never too hot there because it's so far north, but but anyways, it was a lot of fun. So I did that. And then I started writing my own music. And then my first album was in the very end of 2008. And then, so I just released my 6th album.
Wow.
In 2021 on October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And the album is called As Is. And the focus track, or the single I'm promoting, is Unstoppableme. So anyways, I've been, writing and putting out this music for a long time. And I just sort of put it out there wherever I could. I mean, the internet is a cool thing. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like you put this digital music out there and it can get everywhere, so and I wasn't trying to, I was realistic about like, okay, this isn't likely right now at the early stages to be some big source of income, because I'm kind of, I got my feet on the ground. I mean, I'm realistic. And so I sort of, I just put it out there to a lot of places that other musicians might not, because some of the things I didn't really get any money for, but some of the things I did, like little tiny micro pennies for streaming and things like that. And like agencies that give music to TV.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those didn't pay anything. Some of those are called gratis licenses that I did, the early ones. And it's just like, yeah, I'll just put it out there. Maybe somebody will pick it up. And they did pick it up. and then the way that the music business works is, I got some royalties on the back end. Eventually, like 6 months later, I got some royalties, but but some of those companies, I mean, it's not an ideal situation, but they do this stuff, and it sort of takes advantage of artists sometimes, or writers. But I did stuff like that to get started, to really get my stuff out there, and people liked it, and they used it, for these different licenses. And so yeah, now I've just been really honing my craft, and trying to get better and better at songwriting, and I'm always sort of pushing myself to the next level, and thinking about what I want to do and what I want to say. Because as a musician, well, just like you, as a DJ or podcaster, it's like, when you have a microphone in front of you, there's people listening.
Right.
I mean,
Mhm.
if it's 2 people, or it might be 100,000 people or 1,000,000 people. And so I'm very careful about my song lyrics, and I try to be positive, and I try to be something that could help, something that could, just something that isn't going to perpetuate negative stuff. Because there's so much of that. There's so many songs about drama, and
Mhm.
sure, I could write songs complaining about stuff, because I have some thoughts like that, but I don't. I mean, I want to inspire people, make
Mhm.
them feel good, and all that.
Mhm. And it sounds rather interesting as well too. I love your approach, Angela. And what was that
Oh,
one
thanks.
precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your life?
What was one precise moment?
Correct. Yeah,
um
that simply said to you, "This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my career."
well, I don't know if it would be a moment, but more of a series of moments that were close together. So I was working with a friend that was like connected to these people that my brother knew through a band, and he was sort of working with me on the guitar, and he was like a recording kind of guy. That was his thing. He's kind of like a tech person, and he wanted to record me, and so he recorded me doing a couple covers. And and this was like before I had written anything, and nobody had really heard me. And the response was really positive. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you sound great." And they're like, "Even you're playing and you're singing, you're playing, or it's just in the pocket, and it's you know and so I had such a positive reaction, and like in early open mics and things like that. I mean, I only had positive feedback,
Nice.
and when you start putting yourself out there to the world, it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pitch my songs for this ad or something." I mean, I don't want to say negative feedback, but there's a lot of people ignoring and passing on it. It's like, nope, nope, nope. But in at the beginning, it was a lot of very positive feedback when I first put the stuff out there. Because like I said, I didn't sing as a kid. And then people are like, oh, she sounds pretty good. So I thought, well, you know what? Singing's the easiest thing I do. So I can do this.
Mhm.
I mean, like playing an instrument well and writing a good song. I don't want to say singing's easy, because it's not easy, but those other things are way more labor intensive than people think.
Mhm.
Learn to play an instrument really well, and recording, and like, and writing a song that's really well written and tight and really good. And um people kind of take that for granted, and sing, and it's like, sure, I can do that. It's like, and I mean, I'm trained. I did a lot of lessons, I do a lot of practicing, I really worked my voice. But it's kind of like, singing is kind of like an athlete.
Mhm.
It's like, if you're a professional athlete, once you get to that point that you're really good, let's say you're super good at baseball, and somebody just wants you to throw some pitches, or do whatever you do,
Mhm.
it's just like no big deal.
Right.
It's just, So now that my voice is developed like a muscle, it is a muscle, then that is, like I said, that's the easiest thing I do. And the thing is, what the cool thing is, that's what most people connect with. People hear my music and they're like, "Oh, I love your voice." And that's great. That's great.
Mm-hmm. And that's great as well too. I love your analogy about pitching getting better. You might want to pass that advice on to the Detroit Tigers. They can use some good pitching right now. So, well, speaking of some really interesting advice, you had some great singers, some influences as well too. Who are some of your favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
Well, growing up, that's interesting that you asked that, because when I grew up, there actually weren't many female role models for me. Because growing up in Detroit, I was born in Detroit, and then my family moved to a suburb that actually wasn't too far away. And, it wasn't very much a country or folk scene. It was rock,
Mm-hmm.
it was a rock scene. And the people that I knew, the stations here were rock and pop. And so I grew up listening to, like Madonna and Michael Jackson. And well, the class and the stations played, rock, like the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
And, I really like the Beatles. I love the Beatles. And that wasn't on the radio so much. But anyways, so my influences were mostly musical, because I wasn't planning on being a singer-songwriter, but I really resonated with the bluesy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like my dad was into this R&B, like this old R&B, and it was cool.
Like the Motown era that started in Detroit. That was a very interesting story about that. How it started in Detroit. Yes, that's right. A lot of people, completely understand about Motown music. That's where it all started, and just many influences. It's amazing.
Yeah. So that was kind of the bed of where I came from with my influences. That was all around me growing up, that kind of vibe. And some people are like, "Oh, well, there's Joni Mitchell, and there's, and it's like, I don't know, that just wasn't even in my awareness when I was growing up, people like that. So then when I got, when I was an adult, or when I was, a young adult, then there got to be a few women out there like Sarah McLachlan
Mm-hmm.
and Jewel. So it's like, oh, okay. Because there was Madonna before that, but I didn't really identify with her, because she's a dancer and she's a pop star. And I have so much respect for Madonna. I think Madonna's awesome. I think she's a badass. But it wasn't, I wasn't trying to be, I never thought that I would be anything like her. So, but then when I saw the women that were just doing, music, and they were writing and singing, and it was kind of mellow, that I identified with that, and that really inspired me. People like Jewel and Sarah McLachlan, and then later Norah Jones and stuff like that.
That is so amazing as well too. We'll talk about your accolades. We'll talk about the music you've been featured on quite a number of films, and also your albums as well too. We'll talk about that. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the mikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms and the mikewagnershow.com. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the mikewagnershow.com. Also, check our merchandise at the mikewagnershow.com and amazon.com at the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to amazon.com/me and Molson Zia for great books, t-shirts, pop sockets, and more. Amazon.com/me and Molson Zia. Make sure you order today. We're here with singer-songwriter, the very multi-talented Angela Predhomme here on the Mike Wagner Show from outside Detroit, and talking about her amazing career, how she got started, and a lot of influences, especially in the Detroit area. And her work has been featured in Hallmark's Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane, the Lifetime Channel, Freeform, TLC, and more, and also some ads as well too for a bank as well too. And tell us about some of the things you've done for Hallmark, Lifetime, and some of the ads and more.
Okay. Well, let's see. The ads were mostly international, and there was a song I did called, I'm just going to be honest with you, I could act like it was an artistic project, but I mean, it was an artistic project with a goal. So I wrote this song called So Easy for an ad pitch. Okay. And it's not on any of my albums. It's, I did release it as a single, but I wrote it specifically for this one ad pitch, which was for like convenience food or something. And it was in the US.
You're making me hungry already. Pizza.
Yeah. So I don't mention food or anything in the song. I made it sort of a love song, But anyway, so I didn't get that, so it's like, okay, it's like I did this song and whatever, because some of these ads, at least in the US, they can pay a lot of money. Like you can go get yourself a new car, if you get picked up by a national ad. But anyway, so I didn't get that. And then somebody else in Europe found the song and picked it up. So it's a bank, like there was a major bank in Poland, ING Bank. Have you heard of ING Bank?
I've heard it. Yes.
So So ING Bank picked it up for their Polish and Slovenia areas, and so that song is called So Easy. It was in this ad for a mobile app. So they used it for an ad for a mobile app, and it ran on TV and radio, and it was really huge over there. And I got a lot of a lot of people found my music through that. And then some of the other cool placements I got were like Dance Moms, so I was on my song. They used my songs twice on Dance Moms. The first one was called Epiphany, and the second one was called Let It Fall. And they were these really mellow ballads, and they were used for sort of this ballet type of dance called lyrical. So that was really great. And then Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane happened through an agency that has my songs, and somebody picked it up for the movie. And that was that was so amazing how that happened, because I was notified that, okay, they're going to use your song in Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane. And that's all I knew. And these movies are like 2 hours long. Okay. And you know what? Sometimes a music placement can be, like super in the background. It's like, okay, so there's people talking and something is on the radio in the background. And so it can be used like that. And it might be, way into the movie, and you might actually miss it, But so I just did not know what to think. And I told my friends, I told people on Facebook and stuff. It's like, my song's going to be in this movie. And this was out the end of 2018.
Oh, wow.
And, like Christmas season. And then everybody was watching it, and I was watching it, and I was DVRing it, and it was the opening song, and the movie started with my song. And it's like, wow, this is great. Yeah. So that was super exciting. Cause I mean, before that, what happened to me, and this is like a little bit embarrassing, but, like this popular show called Switched at Birth, I got noticed that they used this one song, and I told everybody, I put it on Facebook, and everybody's like, we didn't hear it. Where was it? And it turned, so I had to go back and like on my DVR and like, where is it? I don't know. I didn't even hear it. And it was like 45 minutes in, and it was like, while people were talking, it was really distant music in the background, and you could barely even hear it. And so, I was just like mentally prepared that, okay, Hallmark Christmas movie, this might be hearable or it might not, but yeah, so it was all front and center. And I think they still run the movie. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is, yeah, especially 24/7 on the Hallmark channel. And what's nice is you can hear 24/7 anytime, which is amazing. And you also were a finalist in Adweek's advertising contest, finalist placement in Song of the Year, honorable mentions, and tell us about those placements. That's amazing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've done a lot of entries into song contests, and the coolest one was this song called "This Might Be Good," and I wrote it a long time ago. I wrote that, I don't know, like 2010 or something. And then I got, I heard or I saw online or something that one of the judges for this contest was going to be Paul McCartney.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
I thought, you know what? Paul would like this song, because I was so influenced by Paul McCartney, by like his style of melody writing, sort of catchy and fun and just catchy. I mean, Paul could write a very catchy melody.
Oh, no question about it. No question.
Yeah.
I mean, Lennon and McCartney actually complement each other very well. Throw in George, throw in Ringo. I mean, you got hell of a Fab Four.
I know. So anyway, so I thought, because of who the judge was, I entered that song because I thought, you know what, I know he would appreciate this melody and in this song, because it wasn't like it was just a little love song. It wasn't like an elaborate story, or it didn't have like super deep lyrics or anything, but it's good. So anyways, and yeah, I won not the main prize, not the first prize, but I won the finalist. I was like the top finalist, but top, like number 2. And I know that Paul heard my song and he liked it. And that was so cool.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool and so amazing. And you're getting places, Angela. I like that. And of course, speaking of great songs, you also have Time for a Change, and also Sweet Delectable You, Hey Mr. Sunshine, and y'all got the albums as well too. So Good to Be Free, Love, and Hey Mr. Sunshine, and more. Holiday Olio, and as well too. And of course, you got your latest As Is featuring Unstoppable Me. We'll play that in a minute, but tell us about some of the music out that you got, especially your albums as well.
Well, another Beatles connection is with my new song, Unstoppable Me. The producer of that was the first song that I've done with this producer, and his name is Dan Scholes, and he is in the UK. And I met him through a songwriting group. And anyways, he lives in Liverpool, like, where the Beatles are from. And he went to a performing arts college that was started. It's Paul McCartney's school. He started the school, and it's like his thing. And so the producer was handed his degree by Paul McCartney. And that's pretty cool, So anyways, in the song Unstoppable Me, like, so the second section of that song, like, it starts out with a verse, and then there's a verse, and then there's another verse, and then the next section that we call the B section, or a bridge, that one, the way that he did the music is like a Beatles nod. It's like a little Beatles tribute. It's Beatly. So you have to listen to it, and like, I don't know how far it is into the song, maybe about a minute. I don't know, but it's the second section, and you can tell, I mean, it's like the different section, and you can tell that it's very Beatly. And I think that's pretty cool.
That sounds really cool as well too. And also, touch on a few of your albums and maybe like a song or two, and tell us more about it, and what actually inspired you to write some of the songs. What do you base your lyrics mainly on?
Well, I do try to keep things positive and inspiring, and I kind of, I know it's not my responsibility, but, I try to sort of counter pop culture and the world and all the negative messages that people get, right? It's like, you watch TV, you look at magazines, especially for women, it makes you feel bad. It's like, well, I don't look like the Kardashians, and I don't do all this stuff. And, they make you feel like you're supposed to be something or look a certain way or whatever. And so I try to counter that and have a message of, what really matters is within you, and you can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to, you don't have to be what society implies or tells you to be, because they sure try. I mean, like pop culture will sort of, criticize or make fun of people that don't fit in or aren't their idea of cool or whatever. And I have a song, another really really good song on the album that I think on this new album is called So Good to Be Free. And So Good to Be Free is about that. It's how I felt when I stopped worrying about what everybody thought, because it's so freeing. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to wear sweats to the grocery store. I'm not going to wear any makeup. And you know what? I don't care. And when I was younger, I really cared about that stuff. I mean, I really cared about how I looked, and and if it's like, oh, is this in fashion or is this out of style? And people are going to make fun of me, or people are going to think low of me if I have this kind of car, and, or just whatever. And when I stopped worrying about what people think, it's so freeing. It's incredibly freeing. So that's what's So Good to Be Free is about.
And that's amazing as well, too. And where can we find all your music at?
Where do you want to find it?
I'm asking you. You're the one with the music, not me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's got their preferred source of listening. Like right now, I subscribe to Pandora, as a paid thing. And a lot of people now are paying for one music service. So maybe it's Apple, Apple Music, or you can find my music on there. And of course, Spotify. Spotify has, great options. And so Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, there's Deezer in Europe, YouTube, there's YouTube Music. People can actually pay a subscription fee for YouTube Music, and all of my stuff is on there. All the albums, and you can listen even on YouTube Music. You can listen by album or by song, or people can search for whatever they want, and they're like the official versions. So yeah, and then I have my own YouTube channel, and I put out videos and some lyric videos and things like that. So yeah, my music is everywhere that streaming music can be found.
We certainly will check that out. We'll be playing Unstoppable Beam by Angela Predhomme in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at mikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Unstoppable Me from Angela Predhomme after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back on the Mike Wagner Show with singer-songwriter from outside Detroit, Angela Predhomme, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's her latest called Unstoppable Me. Here's Angela Predhomme on the Mike Wagner Show.
Unstoppable me, are you ready to see what a woman can do when she believes? I'm shattering glass, the ceiling is way beyond cracked. I am strong and I'm done with holding back. Unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable me. Come watch me succeed. Buckle up, 'cause I'm only gaining speed. Just riding the wave of sisters who stand up and say, bring it on, 'cause I'm feeling oh so brave. Didn't know when I started anything could be so hard, knocking the wind out of me. But I'm not a giving up, I will fight, not lie and suffer, knowing in time I will heal. Unstoppable me, the her and Hercules. But my power's within, where you can't see. It's happening now, get ready, 'cause this will be loud. Gonna take back my power and stand my ground. Didn't know when I started anything could be so hard, knocking the wind out of me. But I'm not a giving up, I will fight, not lie and suffer, knowing in time I will heal. Unstoppable me. Now you're gonna see what a woman can do when she believes. I'm shattering glass, the ceiling is way beyond cracked. I am strong and I'm done with holding back. Unstoppable, unstoppable, unstoppable me.
Great song. Angela Predhomme, Unstoppable Me, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Once again, tell us more about that great song and what inspired you to write it.
Oh, well, thanks. Glad you enjoyed it. So, so just like everybody else, sometimes I have days where I feel very confident and on top of the world. And it's not always, I'm human. I wake up, I'm a little down or a little, have some self-doubt, but I was just feeling, I've done a lot of albums, 6 albums now, and with this new one. And it was kind of, that song Unstoppable Me was kind of inspired by my attitude that my music is not on the radio. I'm not on a major label. I'm an independent artist. And as an independent artist, I don't have those millions backing me and competing with the major labels for radio play. So my music at this point isn't absolutely huge. But I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm unstoppable. And I enjoy this. This is who I am. My creativity just keeps flowing and I keep writing new songs and, nothing is going to stop me. So, and then I was also inspired just thinking about women and all the other women who have accomplished so much, and women are overcoming barriers every day. And, it's just getting more and more common that there's women in leadership roles and in more powerful positions and things like that. So I was really inspired by all of those things. And, no matter what people's political preferences, we have a female vice president, and I wrote this song right around the time of the inauguration. And, so I was sort of writing it about me, but I felt very connected to, well, nothing is going to stop me. There's people breaking new barriers every day. And I sort of just tapped into that energy to write this song.
And that's so amazing as well, too. Where can we find Unstoppable Me at, along with your other works?
Well, wherever you like to listen to music, whether, these are digital, so they are on Amazon Music and Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and Tidal and YouTube Music and all that stuff. So yeah, you can find it pretty much everywhere. And the cool thing about my name is that it's, that's my maiden name. I'm married, but I use my maiden name, and it's unique. There's not many other, it's Predhomme, and so I'm easy to find.
Yeah,
people can put
a lot of freedom in freedom. So that's what they say.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. We're here, singer, songwriter, the amazing, multi-talented Angela Predhomme here on the Mike Wagner Show. And Angela, just a few more minutes here. You've been absolutely fantastic. Love you have back on in 2022 as well, too. And what else can we expect from you sometime in the future, Angela?
Well, I am working on, the pandemic inspired a lot of people to find alternatives for performance, right? Because, we couldn't go out and do gigs anymore. So I have been doing some videos, and I got to work on it tonight, but I have a video for Unstoppable Me that's a performance video where I had a couple musicians over and we did the song. And so we had a couple different cameras. And so anyways, I have the tracks, I just have to edit the video a little bit. So I've been, like switching between cameras and stuff like that. So I've been doing some things like creating videos, like in upcoming, I'm going to be doing a video of Christmas songs. I'm going to record a few Christmas songs live as a live performance with a couple other musicians. And so I will be putting that stuff out on YouTube. And also I'm scheduled to be, one of these Christmas performances is scheduled to run on Good Day Atlanta, which is,
oh wow, okay,
which is a morning show in Atlanta. I think it might be a Fox network, but anyways, so that's what I have coming up. Just, working on these videos, and it's kind of fun doing live videos because when I record my songs, that you hear on Spotify and stuff, I'm a perfectionist. It's like, I don't like that take, or that note, that syllable is out of tune. I'm going to go sing it again. Oh, I can't hear that consonant good enough. I'm going to go back and do it again. And so, I go back and I mess with it, and, but when it's a live thing, it's like, okay, there it is. Just like your podcast, you know what I'm saying? How you can get so caught up in editing.
Oh, there's no question. I've been in radio for quite some time and doing the Mike Wagner Show since August 2018. I know how it goes. And of course, you excel at it. It gets to be second nature. It's so amazing as well, too. And, just a couple of things, Angela, who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence is probably my husband, because he's really supportive, as far as an influence in my career, because if I was, I really value my family, and if my doing music, caused a bunch of problems or something, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, because that just seems really backwards, not feminist, right? But but the fact that he is completely supportive, it's wonderful, it's amazing. And sometimes I spend money on promotion and stuff, and I always am kind of waiting for him to be like, are you sure it's a good idea? But he doesn't. He's like, totally, because he really believes. He really believes in my music, and he really believes in getting it out there. And so I think that that's awesome. So that has been a huge influence in my being unstoppable, is that I have support. I have the support of my family. I have 2 daughters, and they're totally supportive. And, they give me the perspective of young people, which, I want that,
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that is a lot as well, too. It's so amazing with a lot of support. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
About what?
Anything in general. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point in general?
Well, I would say listen to yourself and believe in yourself more than the external stuff bombarding you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a burning desire to do something, or a burning desire not to do something, or, respect your intuition and just respect what you want. Do what you want. You have a right to be happy. Everybody has a right to be happy. Mm-hmm. It's even in the Declaration of Independence, pursuit of happiness.
And rightfully so, too. Once again, we're with Angela Predhomme, singer-songwriter from Detroit with Unstoppable Me here on the Mike Wagner Show. Angela, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep yourself up to date, keep in touch. Look forward to having you on sometime in the future. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or check out your music, especially Unstoppable Me.
Okay, well, my website is just my name. It's www.angelapredhomme.com, and it's ANGELAPREDHOMME.com. And off of there, there's links to my, on the right side, there's links to my social sites. And, of course, you can just put my name into whatever your music app is. And my latest album is called As Is. So if you search for As Is, Angela Predhomme, you should be able to find that. And I forget what else you asked. Was that it?
I actually, where can people, check out your music, and how do they contact you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So they can check out my music on all the streaming apps, their favorite streaming app, whether it's Apple or Spotify or Pandora or Amazon Music or YouTube. And they can contact me from my website, so angelapredhomme.com. And I do have a contact link where people can contact me that way, and I get those messages directly. So
we certainly will do. So once again, Angela, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep yourself up to date, keep in touch, and look forward to having you on. We wish you all the best, and you've got an amazing future ahead of you.
Well, thank you so much. It's been so fun.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.